In SpiderMan Web of Shadows, a goal we had with the mission structure was to really give the player constant action and always have something exciting for them to be doing. We've structured it with a mix of story missions that really progress the player through the game and intersperse it with tons of city crime stuff. With the city crime, there's always something happening. One of my favorite things to do in the game is just to park myself on the side of a building and just watch all this action happening below me. With this theme of always just constant action, we wanted to minimize the amount of time the player was just swinging from one point to another with nothing in between. At the beginning of Web of Shadows, you start the mission up in Harlem, and you're actually doing missions with Luke Cage. And basically huge riots are being sparked, you later find out, by Kingpin. There you see a variety of gang warfare is going on, and gangs fighting against cops. And it's really the time for the player to become familiar with the controls of the game. As the player progresses, you start really getting into the symbiote invasion. It starts slow. So there you start noticing just strange things happening. So we call them the hidden sins, but ordinary looking pedestrians doing abnormal things. You start seeing many more Marvel characters, and again, you start getting missions from Wolverine and other guys that you can fight along with you as this invasion is really starting to take hold. The meat of the game all centers around combat. With that, you sprinkle in a bunch of different ways of really highlighting that combat. So there's rescue missions there where people will be stranded on top of buildings waiting for an evacuation, and you have to kind of go on a perimeter around the building as symbiotes are climbing up the sides of it and keep the people on the top enough time to be airlifted out. There's escort missions where you have to bring civilians out from dangerous zones and bring them to shield safe zones. Things like that to really, again, keep the focus on the combat, but give you other objectives to be doing along the way. In Web of Shadows, our philosophy behind the collectibles that we have in the game was we wanted really the player to be able to see the next collectible from the one that he just got. And it really becomes this addictive thing where the second you land on a building and pick one up, you're already looking around for the next one. The reward for giving them is meaningful. You upgrade a number of your stats, like your swinging speed, your health, and your special meters. So there's a real motivation for picking these up. One of the main drivers the player has in the game is really this drive to upgrade the character. There's dozens and dozens of moves for both the red suit and the black suit that you can upgrade. And you use the experience that you get for having all these different fights and completing missions. They all go into an experience pool that you then use to upgrade your character. So that just gives you a little look at the world and the structure of SpiderMan Web of Shadows, and I hope you guys all enjoy it and be looking for it on the shelves on all the platforms later this fall.